For a lot of players, Killa is the hardest boss in the game. That's why 2 weeks ago, my stream asked if I would farm Tracksuit and then make a complete guide to killing Killa, so welcome to that video. If you don't know, Tracksuit is the hardest quest in the game. You have to kill Killa 100 times in a single wipe, and then you get to wear his clothing, and it's cool, but it took me 8 days and 640 raids, and it was painstaking. This guide is going to cover everything you need to know to fight Killa, loadouts, spawns, how to fight him, the routes, everything that I wish that I knew when I started this grind. So if you're here for 1 kill or 100 kills, this is the video for you. If you want to see all 100 Killa kills, I have a video pinned in the comments down below. We are live on Twitch every single day. Link is in the description. And if you enjoy the content, hit that sub button. About 80% of my viewers are not subscribed. Help me out a lot, guys. I appreciate it. But let's jump into the guide. The meta for Killa farming is really different with all of the new spawns. You can be anywhere in the mall, and they changed ballistics this wipe, so only a few ammos can actually one-tap his helmet now. Pretty much nothing one-taps his visor. So starting off, use one of these 2 guns that I mentioned, because if you use something else, you're going to regret it and you're going to die to him. So Ash 12 with PS12B was my go-to. This is my build. I use the L-can sight because it has less visual recoil. It looks pretty good on the Ash. I didn't like it at first, but after using it for a while, it was actually really good. I use a flashlight so that I can see in the dark areas, and then I also have a CQR grip, which is the best grip on the Ash 12, and I go loud build because it has less recoil. Now, I use PS12B, which again comes from Prapper after you finish Grenadier. If you don't want to pay 5,000 a round, do Grenadier first, or you can use the SVD as your other option, which this is just a short build that I made. All you did was change the handguard to whatever this handguard is called. It's the SVD modernized kit. Then I put an RK1 on it, and I put a laser on there, and I have a voodoo sight. You want to have a multi-zoom sight, like a voodoo or an L-can, so that you can actually one-tap Killa when he's in weird spots from far away. And the ammo for the SVD will be either BT ammo for the Mosin caliber, or SMB. Both of these are from Prapper as well. I think this is Prapper 4, and SMB is like Prapper 3. They are really good because 1 tap through the helmet, not the visor, and 2 to 4 tap through the actual body armor. Now, any armor is fine. I choose to wear the 6v3 TM because it's there to save me from very low geared players as well as scavs. It's made to help me survive through the map, not versus Killa, because Killa shoots a Golnick and BS most of the time. He's going to fry me anyway, no matter what I wear, whether it's slick or it's a brawler or whatever. So this is what I wear. It's very light. You can get 3 per reset. You can use MX, Strandhog, whatever you like, Gazelle if you want to. No helmet, because again, it's like Killa's not going to shoot me. If he hits me in the helmet, I'm going to die anyway. So like, I don't wear it. If you want to, you can. And I wear headphones, of course, to hear things. Flashbangs or any grenades, I bring 4 to 6 so that I can throw them to clear angles. We'll discuss that when we're doing the Killa farming route later on. And then I bring meds in my container. These 3 slots are just to make it look like a gamma. So this is what I have in my gamma normally. I'd have, you know, all this stuff, injector case, loose ammo, good stuff, and stims. I recommend using SJ6 and /or Meldonin. They both will increase your stamina and make you regen stamina faster. This lasts 4 minutes, and the Meldonin lasts 15 minutes, so it's going to last you the whole raid you're in there. This gives you strength, stam recovery, reduced damage taken. It is a really good stim. They cost a lot, so either use both, use one or the other. Either one's fine. If you don't have max strength, I'd recommend using Meldonin, so you get the strength and the endurance boost, which would be huge. But it's up to you, and that is the loadouts for Killa farming. Killa is notorious for being the hardest scav boss in the game, but don't worry, there's a lot of secrets that once you actually apply them, he becomes quite easy to kill. So, the ideal situation is when you're fighting Killa, he doesn't see you, but you see him. It doesn't happen all the time, or a lot of the time, but it does happen, and when it does happen, all you want to do is get to hard cover, and you want to pre-aim the angle where you saw him, and you just want to do a smooth lean with Alt-D, and you want to just tap his head ever so slightly, so you're just getting the most perfect pixel peak like this. You're adjusting your lean very slightly with Alt-D and Alt-A. Now, when you're doing this, you want to do it on a right-hand peak, so you peek at your right shoulder first, and then you're leaning right to do so. Now, if you do this on a left-hand peak, and you smooth lean, or you even just walk out on a left-hand peak, you will die. Killa will fry you. And the reason being is when you left-hand peek like this, peek your left shoulder out first, you're actually not behind cover when you peek out like this. You are not behind cover. So, if you ever peek like this, it's really bad if you're like, wait, what? I didn't know that, or how does that work? I have a video that I made about this a long time ago. I'll link it at the top right now. Check that out if you haven't and come back. It is the most important concept in all of Tarkov for gunplay. It'll change your life in gunfights for PvP, PvE, but it's so important. But back to the smooth lean. When you smooth lean on a right-hand peak like this with Alt-D and use Alt-A to help you adjust, you are almost invisible to most AI. Now, Killa has a wider vision radius than most AI, I think. He shoots with new pixel peak a lot more, but it's a lot harder for AI to see you, and they're harder for them to hit you. So pretty much any AI like Raiders or anything, it'll break their AI. So I'd recommend doing this. You get the one tap. Don't shoot visor. Helmet only. You want to be aiming top of head, side of head, back of head, just not the visor. You will not one tap at the visor. Let's say you're over this in this area, and Killa pushes you. What do? Well, Killa's AI is actually really straightforward. He does the same thing almost every time. So let's say that Killa is at this little like pillar over here, and he sees me, and I get behind the cover. Get behind hard cover ASAP, because Killa's gonna spray at you, and he's gonna mag dump you until you get the hard cover. He might just spray his whole mag while you're behind cover. That happens rarely, but if it does happen, then you actually can just kill him while he's reloading. You hear the reload happen, you just peek out, tap him, and then he's dead. If he doesn't do that, he's gonna push you, which is what happens most times. And that's when it's scary, because what Killa wants to do is Killa wants to push you, he's gonna slide into you, and while he's sliding, he can kill you. That is scary. That's how you die to Killa. So, when you get aggroed on by Killa, just, run to your hard cover, and he's gonna push you, and he always wants to get a right-hand peek. They actually changed his AI last wipe, where he always goes for the right-hand peek. So, okay, what does that mean? I don't have to think, is Killa coming this way or this way? Where is he going? Well, if Killa's running at me, where's his right-hand peek? It's this way. He's always going to come this way versus me every single time. Unless I like throw a grenade or like do some weird thing where he pushes me because of a grenade. But every time he's going to push me that way. So I know that he wants to go this way. So as he's running at me, right? He's going to run in a straight line this way. He's going to say, I want to kill this guy. I'm going to run this way, and he's looping this way. And as he's walking this way, I'm mimicking that action. I'm going this way. I'm going this way. And once he gets to about where you were, he'll like overshoot where you were. He'll stop moving. He's not going to slide anymore. So instead of Killa sliding into me and killing me, he's going to go like this. He's going to run this way, and then he's going to stop, and he's going to turn around. So he stops and then turns around, and that's when I kill him. Because I walk around this way. So he's running at me, I go this way. This way, I break his ankles. And then when I get here, I'm just aiming in, and I'm going to flashlight, and I'm going to just spray. The flashlight's for the accuracy in case I want to hit fire. But this is when I kill him. So when he runs at me, you're going to get the right-hand peek. You want to, like, block his pathing, and you want to break his AI. Because that's what happens when you, like, juke him like that. When you break his ankles, you break the AI. So as he goes around, do it like this, go like that, and then you can, use the pillar to help block you. And it's just really simple. If you aren't very confident with your aim with thorax, like we said, 2 to 3 to thorax, just spam his thorax. If you think you can hit top of head, you can also hip fire top of head while he's looking at you, and that's your kill. I'll play a clip right now so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. They buff Killa spawns? Oh, this is him. One. But that's the strategy for killing Killa. That's how I approach it. I'm going to talk more in depth about killing Killa in general. That'll be later on in the video, so check that out if you want more tips for fighting him. Alright, so this is the Killa route. He can spawn all over the mall, and the goal of this is to hit as many spawns as possible while running it in pretty much a straight line from my spawn to my extract to be efficient. Now, I've already popped both of my stims. This is the front of idea. Railway is that way. This is bottom garage. This is where I'd start if I spawn, like right over here. This route can be run forwards and backwards depending on where you spawn. So any spawn can run a version of this route really easily. So when you walk up, I like to run this way directly to this container because Killa can actually spawn, believe it or not, right next to this red crate. So just like look here. If you don't see him, then you're chilling. And the next thing I'm going to do is run towards these tents. The next spawn for killing Killa is actually right in this corner right here. So he actually can spawn right here. You usually can see his arm. I like to run this way across because if he's there, he might aggro on you when you like go this way. So I like to get across as fast as possible, and then you can wallbang through the tent if you hear him. And if not, you can actually peek through the crack in this tent to see if he's there. He's always against the crack, so you can look through and you can see him, and you can spray your whole Ash 12 mag or whatever. And then the last spawn I check right down here is just make sure his head isn't like right next to this like bus / this barrier. You can check all 3 of these, and then you're gonna run to this crate right here. Now, there is actually a spawn for Killa like right over here. Check this. And there is one farther off this way. Usually he's like chilling looking towards Idea or like I guess power station. So I don't worry about checking when I'm over there. I haven't died to it, but keep that in mind. And then once I check all of here, I'm going to run to the front of Idea. Now keep in mind, this is pretty risky. If you don't bring flash grenades. And the reason we bring flashes is because Killa is going to yell if I throw a flashbang. Now, he has regular Scav voice line. You can't tell if it's him. But if you hear a Scav yell from a nade, assume that it's him. Okay? So what I do this way is I always throw my first flashbang right up to the top of the kitchen. He can spawn up kitchen, bottom kitchen. He can spawn top of the escalator. He can spawn literally right here. So I always throw it from back here because he'll yell if he's right there, and then I know where he is. If he doesn't yell there, then what I do is I'm going to walk up this way and throw a second flashbang right here. Because he can also spawn behind these sandbags over here and over there. So like behind the registers pretty much. So be careful of all of this. And the last thing I do is after that flashbang, I just look here and see if he's under the kitchen. Because he can actually spawn right here and not yell from the nade. This is like the one spot where he won't yell. So just like double check when you come up. Like you already threw the flashbangs here. Just look here. He'd be right next to his cart. If you don't see him, run this way. I like to manually check inside of the kitchen. Because like 5 of my kills were him being in the back of the kitchen and not even like yelling the nade. He just like will chill in this corner. So, you know, come this way. You could like smooth peek it like this. Careful of the crack window where he can see you sometimes. Just like tap him and you're good to go. If he pushes you, just fall back to the corner. Take your right hand and spray him. Now, once you've dealt with all of that, just make sure he's not sitting, like, right in front of these boxes. He's usually not, but he could be there. And you're going to use your flashbang to clear out all of these angles. I use most of mine on Idea because Idea has a lot of spawns close by. So, you're going to have a spawn pretty much right over behind this wall. You're going to have a spawn right behind this tarp. You're going to have a spawn right over here behind this shelf. There's actually a spawn right against this back wall over here. And then there's a bunch back here as well that I'll show you. I bring flash grenades to clear these spawns for me. So I actually use pretty much all of mine in this place itself. So when I come up this way, the registers, I'm actually going to throw my first flashbang right over this wall. Now the reason for that being that I want to see if he's back here, back there, or back here. Because it's a weird angle to clear. If you hear 2 scavs yell, like one there and one there, the way that I check this actually is I come up this way and I use this to like block my vision. If you come like right over here and you prone, he won't see you because the tarp is blocking him. You can actually like crawl to see his leg, and if it's the tracksuit stripes on the leg, you know it's him. And if it's just a regular scav, then you can just kind of like left peek the angle and kill him, and then you can right hand peek these angles because then you're like, okay, was he back here? Okay, I don't see him back there. And then you go this way and you clear here. Is it there? No. Okay, cool. And same thing, you can clear with no nade if you want to. And then the last one that I throw is I come over this way. And again, Killa can actually be in front of this playhouse. So as I'm running this way, like my goal is to use like the shelves as cover. Like I kind of just fast look past these. He'll be like here sometimes. So I just, you know, fast look past these, get to hard cover, deal with him pushing me. I clear right over here, make sure he's not there. And you see this spawn right there as you're running by. He'd be like kind of crouching in the corner of the box looking that way. Last nade is over here. I'm going to throw it right over this way. And if anything yells back there, we go slowly, take the right hand peeks. Something to keep in mind is as you're actually approaching the angles and you're like clearing them, any scav that's like standing stationary in a spawn is actually a Killa spawn. The scav spawns are Killa spawns. So if you know scav spawns, you know where Killa can be. They just don't move sometimes. So you can hear them pivoting. If you walk up to a Killa spawn, you might actually just hear them pivot, and then you know, okay, shit, someone's there, and then you just peek slowly and you're okay. Once I check bottom idea, top idea, I go to Goshan through this way. It's called Secret. And once you're through here, you have to check a couple spots. The second you open this door, so I open the door. I go back this way. I want to check right over here. There's a spawn behind the sandbag. I just check right there. Is he there? And then is he like next to this like great thing? Because he can be. He's not. Okay, cool. So once I come this way, I'm worried about one more spawn that's a little weird. But I check it. He can be like right behind this sandbag. So like from the forklift, I kind of just eyeball it with my flashlight. I do this. Like if I was doing it normally, I'd run it this way. I go here and I just go like this. I'd see, is he there? You'd see his black like bucket helmet right there if he was there. And if you're like, I think that's him, you can go around and take a right hand peek through Bizarro. Or if I think he's not there, I go, oh, he's probably not there. I don't think I saw him. And then run by. The next spawns are going to be right over here. So there's actually one like right in this corner, right there, and then one right there. So I just kind of I do this honestly. I just do a quick peek and I go, I don't see him. I turn the flashlight off. Then I go this way. Okay, so once you checked all of these, check this. You checked the little spawn over here. You check those two. You run to the truck like this. So as you're looking here, you're looking for this spawn right here. He can either be right here or behind this shelf. You can just tap the shelf. Boom, that's a kill. He usually won't shoot you through it, so you can actually just like stop, shoot top of his head, and that's a free kill. And then once you cleared all those, you got to clear this. So I do a little like inertia peek. So you hold the A key, and then you're going to let go of the A key before you press the D key. So you peek like this. Instead of like sliding like you normally would, just peek, stop, and then go back. Then if Killa's there, you go, oh crap, and then you gotta like try and kill him when he's running at you this way. So like, he'll see you, and he'll run at you, and then you want to kill him like through the tent, like right here when he's pushing you. And then if not, like, probably you get him on the end there. Same thing here. Go, okay, little peek. I don't see him. He'd be right in this corner right there. And then when he comes around, same deal. You're gonna push him, like, try and get here, and then like I guess there. Just deal with him while he's running at you. And there's a couple more spawns right here. So one being like right over here, like in the middle of this walkway. One being like behind these boxes, and then one being directly behind the pillar. All the way over here. Same thing. You should like clear the angle slowly. Do your little right hand lean peek. You're like, okay, I don't see him. I don't see him. And then like clear the angle that way. Next one's at pretty lights. So that's the store right in front of Goshan. And what you're gonna do is just check to see if he's like behind this pillar. I just go, okay, I don't see him. If I do see him, then he'll run at me. And then, we take our right hand peek while he goes around the other way, break his ankles, shoot him. And if not, then check if he's over here. So he actually can be like pretty much right over here. I've seen him walk out of pretty lights before. So I just look there, I look there, and then I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to look to my right, see if he's like right there. He can be like right here. It's a little fast action because you want to see if he's like there, and then you want to see if he's here. He can be on the corner of this store like this. He can be like literally right here, and then also in the window. So it's a lot of spawns to check all at once. So, keep that in mind. You're looking like, is he there? Okay, no. My eyes go, is there something here? No. Is there something there? No. And if there is, like, go for it. Use a pillar to run up in case you missed him being in there. And then when he's in Brutal, I just like to check like this. So you can peek this spawn. There's a spawn right here. Check, I peek that. There's a spawn right there. I peek that. And then the last thing I do is honestly I jump across. Because he can be behind the couch. If you want to be safe, you can like peek from over there. But I like to be a little bit faster when I do this because taking 2 extra minutes for every part of it takes a very long time. Next, you go down to the bottom alley. And you're going to come on the ramp and hug this right side. And you are going to like peek 2 different spawns down here. So there is one spawn that is right here. So like you're going to keep this in mind. Also one like offset. So like when I come down, as I turn around, I'm like checking that as I come down, I guess. So like here, like see, is he here at all? No. Is he here at all? Nope. And then once I clear that, then I go, okay, is he here at all? It could be pretty much there, there, there. 3 spawns. All right. Once you do all that, I run to this pillar this way. And I want to see if he's here. But I'm going to run to this pillar. And this is my like cover. All right. Once I've done that, then I'm out of water, which is unfortunate. We're going to SJ6 again. Get some stamina. The offline mode. Once you come down this way, he has a lot of spawns. So he has one behind these sandbags. He has like one in this Emercom tent. He's got one behind these crates. So I run from that pillar. I run across to over here. And I want to see, okay, I mean, this flashlight here. Is he here? Is he behind these sandbags? No, 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 no. See him a tent? No, I don't see him. And then I'm going to peek this angle right here. Is he here? Boom. He could be right in front of his crate. Is he there? No. Okay, cool. I don't see any of those spawns. Now I'm going to check this way. Sometimes he'll be like over here. So I just check dumpster spawn. Is he dumpster spawn? You see his head over the dumpster. I do not see him. Cool. Okay. Now, there's only a couple spawns left. So one being he could be right at the bottom of this escalator. He can be to my left. So I just like look there as I go past. I don't see him. Cool. I'm going to run across this way. And I want to check the tent. So I'm going to run to the left side of the tent. I'm going to go this way and peek through the tent. Do I see Killa in here? Don't use like flashlight because it'll blind you like this. You just like kind of look through and see if you see him. He'll be along this right wall, usually like right over here. He'll stand so you can see him through the tent. And then last spawn, you could throw a flashbang for if you want to or not check that at all. This last spawn is going to be over next to this dumpster. It's a really weird one. So he can be like in between the dumpster. He can be over here on my left. Any of those spots. And then once I finish all of that, I would go up alley. So I'm going to go up this escalator. And keep in mind when you come up here, you got to be a little safe. You could be like really close on this backside over here. So you're going to run up this way. But that I handle as every time I come up, I'm going to instantly run across the boxes here. Because Killa can be... I crouch as well because he can be right behind these flower pots. And he might like... The plants will obscure you from him, but he can see you. So be careful of that. Crouch instantly because he might be all the way down there. Like you can tap him here. Tap him there, tap him here. So see if he yells, if you hear RPK, just, don't get up. Just stay crouched. You're chilling, okay? And then if you don't see anything, you're chilling, all right? Come around this way. Check this immediate corner. He can be right here. And then if you don't see him there, I like to run across this way and see if he's over in this corner. I don't see his helmet. We're chilling, okay? Is he over here? I don't see him there. He can be, like, right pretty much behind, like, these boxes. If he's not there, cool, okay. I'm going to go this way. See, all right, I'm going to check one more time. Is he there? Using the flashlight to scan for me. I don't see him. Okay. Is he over here? Not by the forklift. We're good. And then just checking over here. I don't see him anywhere over there. There's a couple weird spawns in here for Killa. You can use flashbangs here as well if you want to. When you come this way, I like to see, alright, I don't see him. Is he over here? He can be like right next to this wood pile. I don't see him there. Alright, weird enough. Just make sure he's not like waiting in the front of Ollie. And then after you clear all that, you can just go ahead and check this. You can be in between these shelves, so it'll spawn like right over here. Somewhere like this, like here, there. So just like quickly check it. Is he there? Nope. And then last thing I'm going to do is run this way. And I'm going to check this. Peek there. Don't see him. Cool. Okay. And then once I do all of that, the last spawn's in front of furniture, which is pretty much, I'm going to run instantly across the hallway and not stop and get to the side and then instantly crouch, because the last spot that he would be is right here. So you want to get behind the hardcover, and he's going to push you and do what we talked about. You know, you get him while he's running, break his ankles, all that good stuff. And after all that, he still has spawns upstairs. I personally don't check them because there's like 200 Killa spawns, and so many of the spawns upstairs are hard to actually check yourself because there's like 100 Scav spawns on like a close quarter, and he might kill you before you even get to see where he is, and it kind of wastes your time. If you have a duo, when you run this, I recommend having them check upstairs, because if they die to Killa, then you know where he is, and it's not lost. So I recommend having him check that. I'll show you a couple of the spawns real quick that are more common, I think. One of which being Papillion. He could spawn in actual, like, this thing. I've seen him just sit behind this desk in here. I've seen him sit in Papillion. I've seen him just chill right out front. I've seen him sit in the hallway right here. I've also seen him just sit in Papillion, just, like, crouched, like, right here. Just crouch like this. He can also sit, like, behind the door over here. This is, like, the Russian store with the book in it for the quest. He could sit outside this door. And he could just be in any of these Scav spawn points upstairs. So flashbangs would be good here. Running duo here is better. I skip it to save time personally, but that's up to you. Alright, so additional tips to help you with killing Killa or finding him in general is, one, getting a duo or some friends to help you out. You guys can split up and you can check different spawns, like having a friend check upstairs, middle mall, and Goshan. When I was running my tracksuit, I had a friend helping me for like at least half my kills. Doing that, it sped it up so much, and we get to check more spawns. It was really, really helpful. On top of that, your teammate can also help you. But if Killa is like aggroed on you and looking at you, but not pushing you, you can actually shoot Killa like in the visor, and Killa will look at him now, and you can one-tap him for free, or he can like just take the aggro for you and just take the L while you get the kill, and get out with your helmet, or get another kill for your tracksuit. Something else you can do is, if you get caught out in a weird spot, like behind one of these barricades versus Killa, like let's say for some reason Killa was back there and he started shooting at me, what do? Well, the only option is to prone so you don't die, right? Now, when you're here, obviously it's a really unfortunate position because you can't actually kill Killa because you can't look up and see his like thorax or his head. You're pretty screwed here. So what you actually can do is, if you wait for Killa to stop shooting at you and start running at you, you're gonna prone so he stops shooting, and then you're gonna instantly stand up and then prone again. So what'll happen is, most of the time you do this, Killa will stop running and he's going to shoot his entire mag at the barrier. So he's going to dump every single bullet he has at the barrier and then reload. And once you hear him stop shooting and reloading, you're going to stand up and you're going to try and like kill him in that instant. So you're buying yourself like an opening to actually peek him without dying. So again, you're going to see him and you go, oh crap, and you prone. And then you're going to hear him stop shooting and start running. And then you're going to stand up and just spam the prone key and just prone again. And it'll just dump his whole mag at you. It worked for me like 4 to 5 times I did it. One time it didn't work, but like it's better than nothing. So keep that in mind. Obviously, flashbangs help you get the kills with, you know, having him yell and you think it's a Scav, and you can right hand peek and you can figure out where he is. You hear the Scav voice line, you know. And the last thing being, if you play nighttime, all AI have a like 35% reduced vision range at nighttime, which is anywhere between 22 and 0500. So anywhere in that time space, AI have reduced vision, and I believe their accuracy is also effective. A lot of times I was fighting Killa in my montage, he would spray a whole mag at me, and I would just keep running until I got the hardcover and I would live. So I think it's easier to play at nighttime to actually kill him, to make the kills easier. He'll see you less. But the problem with that is he's harder to also see himself. So if it were me, I would run on daytime if you're trying to get good at killing Killa. Run on daytime to learn all the spawns, like get used to seeing Scavs there, you get a better idea of where they are. And then once you get used to the spawns, then you can just spam nighttime, make it really easy on yourself. So I hope that helps, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the guide. Guys, that was the video. If you found it helpful, hit that sub button to see when more great content goes live on the channel. We're uploading regularly, and we are live every single day on Twitch. The link is in description. If you have any questions, come by, let me know. And if you want to see more clips of me killing Killa, I have a video of me killing him 100 times for my tracksuit in patch 12.12, which is this wipe. Feel free to check that out. I will leave that pinned in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace out.